So you're staring at a solar panel listing that promises 400 watts, bifacial boost, and a 25% efficiency claim, and you're wondering if it's going to feel as good in your backyard as it looks on the page. I get it, half the panels I bought over the years looked great on the listing, but once they were up, the real-world numbers were closer to 60% of the headline. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What makes this Renogy 400W bifacial panel different is that it's built around N-type 16BB cells instead of the usual P-type. In plain terms, N-type cells degrade slower and keep more of their punch in hot afternoons, which is exactly when your roof is screaming for shade and your AC is screaming for power. The 16 bus bars also spread the current out so microcracks don't kill the panel as fast. That's not just marketing, it's the kind of engineering that shows up in your monthly bill. The real eye-opener is the dual-zone design. If you've ever watched half your array go dark because a tree branch or chimney threw a shadow, you know how brutal that is. Each half of this panel runs independently, so if one side gets shaded, the other side still cranks out whatever it can. That's not a small tweak, it's the difference between a system that limps through winter and one that actually covers your evening surge. Now, let's talk bifacial gain. You only get it if you mount the panel a few inches above a reflective surface. Think a white membrane roof, light-colored gravel, or even a concrete patio. In my test setup, the rear side added about 6% on a bright day and closer to 10% when the ground was snow-covered. That's real power you wouldn't get from a standard panel, but it also means you can't just slap this on a black shingle roof and expect magic. If your roof is dark asphalt or you're mounting on a rack over grass, the extra cost of the bifacial cells doesn't pay off. Installation is where most kits crumble. Renogy bundles the microinverter rails and MC4 connectors so you're not hunting down a dozen tiny parts. The panels are also heavy, around 47 pounds each, so you'll want at least 2 people and a torque wrench for the rail clamps. If you're used to lightweight 200W panels that one person can hoist onto a shed, this is a step up in both muscle and planning. Cost is the next hurdle. A 400W bifacial panel like this runs about 3 times what a basic 400W mono panel costs. Spread that over a 6 kilowatts array and you're looking at an extra $1,200 to $1,500 up front. The federal 30% clean energy credit knocks that down, but you still have to justify the premium. If you live in a state with high net metering rates or time of use billing, the extra energy you harvest in the morning and evening can pay the premium back in 4 to 5 years. If you're in a flat rate territory where you only care about offsetting daytime use, the math is harder to make work. Where this panel shines is in partial shade neighborhoods or on large ground mounts where you can angle it high enough to catch rear side light. I've seen it used on a community garden fence where the rear side bounces light off the white wall behind it, turning a vertical surface into a power producer. It's also a solid choice if you're replacing older panels and want to future-proof against degradation. N-type cells lose about 0.5% efficiency per year versus 0.7% for P-type. The flip side is that bifacial gain is weather-dependent. Cloudy days, dust storms, or even pollen season can cut the rear side boost in half. If you're in a region that's hazy half the year, the extra cells might feel like overkill. The panel is also thicker and less flexible than thin film options, so it won't bend around curved roofs or RV roofs without custom mounting. Who should buy it? If you're building a 5 kW plus system on a light-colored roof or ground mount, live in a state with strong solar incentives, and you want a panel that degrades slowly over 25 years, this is a smart play. It's also worth a look if you're tired of watching shadows kill your output and you want the dual-zone safety net. Who should skip it? If your roof is dark asphalt, you're mounting flush on a metal seam, or you're on a tight budget where every dollar counts, the bifacial premium doesn't pencil out. Skip it too if you're not comfortable with the weight and torque specs. This isn't a weekend DIY project for one person. Bottom line, Renogy's 400W bifacial panel delivers real-world gains when the conditions line up, but it's not a universal upgrade. Check your roof's reflectivity, your local rates, and your